Okay, guys, it is a Sunday and we're bored out of our minds from all the social distancing and the self-isolation and all that stuff. We are not sick from the coronavirus, but we are sick of being in the house. So I have me and my boys this weekend. We're going to get out and take a road trip to a place called the Spiral Jetty, one of my favorite places in northern Utah, out in the West Desert on the shores of the Great Salt Lake. And we're just going to get out and have fun. We have snacks, we have sandwiches, we have sodas, all on hand. So I packed them all up. We don't have to stop anywhere else. I've got gas in the car. We're just going to head out from here. So come with. This should be fun. Trapped in a car with kids that are going stir crazy from no school for like the next hour and a half until they can get out and run around. Should be awesome. He said the Easter Bunny lays eggs.
Also, but
the Easter Bunny doesn't lay eggs.
I mean, like Easter's about eggs. I mean, not like about that, but there's a lot of eggs. That's what I mean.
I don't know why the Easter Bunny distributes eggs, but he doesn't lay eggs. I've never seen a rabbit lay an egg, have you?
Oh.
I would be pretty disturbed if they did. So this is where the track was. It's right up through there. Cool, huh?
Central Pacific. Pacific's big fill.
Yeah, that's straight across this. They built the track.
Why does the desert seem so abandoned?
Because it is. So we're in the West Desert. Golden Spike National Park is not very far away. It's free right now because of all the coronavirus stuff. We're within the boundaries. We're not going to stop at the actual museum and gift shop thing because we've been followed up here by about 10,000 other people with the same idea. So we're just going to take a little hike here. This is where the train tracks were for the Golden Spike. For the east working towards the west, this is their last big push until they reach the Golden Spike area where east met west. The railroad, with the railroad across the country. I'm not making much sense. Anyway, this trail follows the last big push that the east going towards the west had to make it to the Golden Spike, to the infamous, to the whatever. I'm just not even making sense. Anyway, people are not really social distancing very well right now. I parked away from other cars and there are people who park next to me anyway. 6 feet is okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm not trying to be a Nazi about it. I'm doing my part. People should do theirs as well. Anyway, we're gonna walk this trail. We're gonna go through this little gap up here that's really cool to look at. Basically, the trail itself is where the train tracks were at one time. Not just Utah history, but United States history. A little piece of the past. So this is where the train track actually was. You can see it follows through that gate across the road and goes up that hillside. This was the final push. Big Fill Trail. There was a wreck here. You're now standing on the historic rail bed, and to your right at the gate that separates the old rail bed from the highway, the Southern Pacific covered an old trestle with fill on the steepest grade, blah blah blah. Okay, spring 1888, during heavy orange season, whole fruit trains were put on passenger schedule. Apparently there was a train wreck here. I'm not going to read all that. Here's a relic from that train wreck that filled with oranges. As you can see, it's turned to styrofoam after 150 years. That's all that's left.
Holy moly, this gets big. You guys, I'm gonna get my dad to film me standing right.
This is where they blasted through the rock to get the tracks through here. This is pretty cool. So much history. It's just fascinating to me. It's kind of windy.
I'm getting food for breakfast.
Hopefully you can hear me.
This is.
You can see here, guys. Right here. That's where they drilled down in before they blasted the rock. Wow. Really tall cliffs. This is so amazing. There's some more, lots of these drilling points where you can see they've drilled down in. A lot of history right there that I'm touching. So amazing. There is a warning back there to beware of falling rocks. A lot of these do look pretty sketchy, pretty loose. Pretty amazing. Social distancing wins today. This is pretty cool. I social distance all the time. So now it opens up into this, where we were a little while ago. The stop before this one was down here. We were parked. Down there, filming the final push up through here, the big fill. Got an animal den up in there. Going to something called Chinese Arch, which is a natural arch formed by Lake Bonneville. It was called Chinese Arch in honor of the Chinese who helped build the Transcontinental Railroad. It's just a natural arch formed underwater a bazillion years ago. So this is the naturally occurring arch. It's pretty amazing. I didn't even know this was here. I come out to the desert all the time. Didn't know it existed. Wow. And a bunch of little caves.
What? That big one you can't really see.
Animals been using that one.
Really?
Yeah. They build a nest in there. Wow. Very cool.
Wow.
Can you fit in there?
Yeah, I can.
Let's see.
No.
Why?
It's like a spider sack or something.
Jeez.
That's
Okay,
really
bud.
weird. I'm not going in.
Do you want to go? Jude's not afraid, huh?
Dude,
I
this.
kind of have arachnophobia.
Well, just look at what he's looking at and tell me.
I don't see anything.
At the edge of the wall hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, I see it. Oh gosh.
Is it that bad?
It's big.
A big spider egg sac. Okay, here's our cave. Oh yeah. Right there, little spider.
There's even a spider in there?
Egg sac. I don't see one. Anyway, so there's the Chinese arch. Not made by Chinese, but made by Lake Bonneville. So the archway's back there. We are going to take a visit right over here to this amazing rock, also known as My Kids Need to Pee Rock.
Oh, yeah.
It's blocked from the road, and it's amazing to look at. And my kids can pee right here and not be seen. So if you know this spot now, you know its name. So we need to come back and just explore this area. There's some rocks down in there, and there are little caves and alcoves all through there. This whole area is pretty freaking amazing. So we need to come back and really explore it.
Can I climb it?
You feel better, Dylan?
Yeah. Can I climb this?
Yeah, you can climb that, but be careful, all right? Dylan always wants to climb everything. Jude is more cautious. I'll just watch you climb it. As you can tell from the spider egg sac episode back there. Look at this view. Miles and miles of desert.
I am now your king.
You're my king because you're up there?
Yeah.
That's all it takes?
I could have climbed up there on the other side, but you're going to say no to that.
No, that's a long way to fall. But Jude says he's the true king. So we got Jude over there, Dylan over there. King fight. Let's go, guys. We have more to see. The boys talked me into coming up to the top of their palace. Yep.
Who's my favorite?
Okay, so here's the deal. I have come out to the Spiral Jetty every year for years about this time, and there's maybe 10 cars in the parking lot. We are in the process of being taken over by a worldwide pandemic virus, and everyone is stressing social distancing. And people say, well, the best way to do that is to get into the outdoors. And that's true, unless everybody has the same idea. Then social distancing becomes a little more like this. This is ridiculous. This is not even the parking lot. This is the road leading to the Spiral Jetty. So I will go over out here and we will look at the Spiral Jetty from a distance, you think, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we will take some pictures, but there are people all over it. And they're everywhere. Nobody's keeping I mean, they're keeping their 6 feet away for sure, but they're not. I mean, everyone's crammed together in one place. This is more crowded than a Walmart during a toilet paper sale. There are people in the hills. I don't know how well you can see them, but there are people up in those hills. They're all over in the rocks. They're down in here, and they're all trying to get a nice shot of the spiral jetty. The problem is you're getting a shot of the spiral jetty with people standing all over it. Here are a couple of shots I've taken in the past, same time of year, of the spiral jetty. Now I'm going to get out and show you what it looks like right now. Okay guys, here's the spiral jetty covered in people. Look at that. That does not look like social distancing to me. That is insane. Look at all these cars. Look at these cars. Yes, someone's flying a kite. That's a good idea. Come out here and fly a kite.
Can't. I'm trying to find it on the lens too. So I can show you.
They're all checking out the Great Salt Lake. This is bizarre to me.
There it is.
I mean, this place is popular and famous, but not like this. This is people trying to get out of their houses because they're desperate to have some sense of normalcy like we did today. So that was nuts. There are so many people here. I talked to a gentleman out here. He was kind of off by himself on a rock, and I said, so much for social distancing. He laughed, and I said, I think everybody had the same idea today. And he said, I think they think the toilet paper's on sale out here. Everyone's got a toilet paper joke, but oh my goodness, it's usually beautiful, peaceful, amazing out here, and it is more crowded than I've never seen it like this. Never, ever. So we have lunch with us. We have sandwiches, we have sodas, we have chips, we have snacks. We were going to park here and have lunch, and people are still coming in. You can see them. They're driving outside my window right now. We need to get out of here, but this parking lot is a dead end, and it's not big. So we need to turn around right here, if I can manage it, and drive all the way back and find somewhere here in the desert, somewhere peaceful to have our lunch. This is bonkers, you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely stupid. I mean, to get out in nature, to get away from people, I get it. But if everyone goes to the same place, it kind of defeats the purpose.
I'm glad we're not camping here.
Yeah, me too. Okay, I drove down the road just a little ways, and this is the parking situation. On the other side of that hill is the spiral jetty. So all the crowds are back that way and on the other side of the hill. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chill here and have some lunch. Probably just eat in the car. I think we've had our fun in the desert for the day. We hit all the awesome spots that you saw already. That would have been the highlight, the pinnacle of this video, if you will. But instead, it's turned out to be a huge waste of time and gas to come out here and quote unquote get away from people. So let's have lunch. Well, I am currently in a small town called Corinne. It's, as you're leaving the desert, you kind of drive right through it. And we basically just had lunch in the car and then headed home. We tried another dirt road, but it had a dead end, closed gate. So I'm tired. I was worn out. I was looking forward to just going straight home and resting for a bit before making dinner. But the boys insisted. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. A couple was leaving the park and hopped on their motorcycle. It was going to get noisy and awkward. The boys insisted as I drove by on the highway, they spotted this playground here at the park. They insisted on stopping to play, and I almost always say maybe some other time, but this time I said yes. We don't come here very often, so I've never actually been to the town of Corinne. This is all new to me. It's a very nice park with a lot of benches and trees. It's quite beautiful and peaceful here. It's a very quiet little town. I feel like almost if I talk too loud, it'll echo. Of course, everybody is socially isolating, so keeping their distance. This social isolation is hard on everyone. And that's why all those people were at the Spiral Jetty. It's unprecedented to have that many people there. I just want my children to have a sense of normalcy, and I want it myself too. I mean, people are kind of getting to that point where they just can't take it anymore. The isolation from normal socialization is very taxing on the human psyche. We need each other. We need to interact with each other. Even people like me who are total introverts need social interaction. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful they're here with me and that they're having fun and finding joy in life despite all of this. They're only 10 and 11 years old, and 9 and 11. Someday this will just be a blip in their memory, but they'll remember what we did to endure it. They may not remember the virus itself, but they'll remember the things we did to find joy in our lives despite it all, and learn a valuable lesson about even though life gets difficult and has its challenges, we can still find ways to find happiness and peace in our lives. So yeah, that right there, that's what it's all about. See you in the next one, guys.